Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I am concluding my Dimash A Thon with a video that he has, times when Dimash had fun with his voice and forgot he was still human. So I want to go through each one of his videos here. They're worthy, and we'll just do them one at a time. Here we go. Let's rock. Let's Dimash. Those are some high notes right there. Whew, man. This one's kind of weird because he sounds like he's singing through auto-tune for effect. This is cool. Ooh. Okay, now that's awesome. Now Dimash is using something called glottal compression, and this is a phrase that I've didn't coin, but I've used. It's an old bel canto term, and I've been talking about this for 25, 30 years, and now it's kind of coming on the internet, and everyone's using it like they know what they're talking about. Actually, what it is, it's the concept of holding your breath. Now, before you guys start to do this, it's a really important concept to truly understand before just going half-cocked and trying this. Okay, first. By the way, I cover all of this in my singing course called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, and I walk you through this step by step exactly how to do this correctly. If you've ever heard people like Dimash, he's saying this 19 seconds. In fact, I've got a few videos out, so I have my associate Bob. I'll ask Bob in the comments section, or excuse me, in the description, to put some of my songs that I've held long notes for, where you can see me do the same thing, okay? And you've heard your favorite artists hold these crazy long notes. How do they do that? They must just have these huge lung capacity. Well, there's some of that, yes, but there's actually the concept of holding your breath when you sing. So you literally go like this, and you take and you hold the breath, and you literally use very little or almost no air at all when you're holding this note. So in doing this, you can do this and allow the chords to vibrate, to resonate. And you can sing for these really long, big, long-winded phrases, or not-winded phrases. Now, why this is important, I say don't go straight to doing this, is you have to understand how to use open throat technique first so that you can keep the back of the throat open with muscle memory and have it hold so it doesn't pinch and squeeze and you're just like choking yourself to death to try to get out this long note, because that's not going to help you. Excuse me. And in his case, you can hear the resonance take over. And when the resonance takes over, it's kind of interesting, because what happens is if I go, I can lean into a sound, not using more air. I'm not pushing air to get that sound. I'm actually relaxing and letting resonance take over, so that when I've cut back the air and the vocal folds start to vibrate a lot, then the resonance, or the volume and the resonance, takes over, and I'm able to project a really big sound for a really long period of time without all the effort and the strain in the throat. Again, I cover this in my singing course, so if you're interested, check it out. And by the way, I have a singing forums. We've got, over 20,000 people in there now negotiating all these ideas. You can get a bunch of free YouTube tutorials, so you don't have to go buy the course. Check out some of the free tutorials first. See if it meshes with you and it matches your personality, and my personality matches with yours. So you like my style of teaching, and then you can check out the course. Okay, here we go. Let's continue. So he's just kind of like doing a scale, a run coming down. It's not super sexy, that one, because there's no swag and there's no difference in the sing other than just coming off a pretty typical scale. But it's still killer. Here we go. It's a high note, man. He's pretty young there. Cool. Okay, now, when he hits that note again, I want to hear more round. I want to hear more roundness out of the sound instead of being so shrill and to the front of the face. But the higher notes were killer. All right, let's rock. Wow. Man, that's weird. Was that a B or something? I go to a C6. I'm actually not super warmed up today, but those are some high notes. Anyway, you caught me, Dimash. I said in one of my other videos, I said, I used to think I could sing pretty much anything, and that might sound arrogant, but I've worked my whole life to do that. Until I met Dimash. The guy gives me a run for my money and then some. Now, there are certain things that I do differently, especially when it comes to distortion, and let me explain that. I've heard him do some belting. In fact, I just did The Show Must Go On, and he uses a really clean tone all the time. I like to distort the voice, like, hey! And yeah! I like to get some grit in the sound too, or percentages of grit for different tonal qualities, and I have yet to see him do that. I'm sure he's probably going to find himself there at some point soon, but you have to be really careful with that too, because if you over stress out the chords, you always have to come back and clean up the chords in order to have a good clean tone. Otherwise, you'll forever sentence yourself to a dirty tone, and we certainly don't want that. All right, let's continue. Cool. All right, now one other thing. I would love to see a little more of some sexiness in the melisma that he does, in the runs that he does. A lot of it sounds a little on the eastern side to me, like the Baltics, up through the Ukraine, all the way into Russia, and then even back on, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Georgia, those kind of countries. They have sort of this harmonic minor, melodic minor, sound that almost sounds like Indian meets again, the Eastern, Indo-European, Baltic, sort of countries. In fact, you hear a lot of this too in old opera stuff, in the way a lot of the orchestrations were written through the Czech Republic, Slovakia, all of that stuff has very similar stuff. So I'd like to get a little more blues influence instead of harmonic minor stuff, personally. By the way, I love that sound. Flamenco guitar, I love that sound on flamenco. In fact, I grew up on that, so I love it. I just would rather hear a little bit more of a Western sort of approach to that personally. Okay, let's rock. Awesome. All right, so now, again, one of the other things, again, these are just loving critiques. These aren't like you have to kind of stuff. We emphasize these high notes over and over and over again, but singing isn't just about all the high notes. And I want to say, in fairness to the vocal coach that didn't, vote for him on the world's best, that I agree, it's not all just about the high notes. It's cool and it's showy, it's flashy, but we also want to hear some sexiness in the mid voice and mid voice register. So at some point when he's able to calm down just a little bit and doesn't feel like he has to always show off the high notes, I suspect he's going to really wow us with a lot of his mid voice range, because he does have a phenomenal mid voice. And then we'll get to hear some warmth and him being a little more relaxed in the sound than feeling like he's always on 10 all the time. Now, by the way, I'm super guilty of this myself, so please don't think that I'm all that. I'm just saying, sometimes less is more, and it would be nice to have him back it off just a little bit. Just turn the volume down a little bit here and there in order to be able to hear other beautiful accents and flavors of his voice, all right, shades of his voice. Let's continue. Like this, for example. That's very beautiful. It's a good example. It's gorgeous. It's high. Beautiful. Okay, we already did this. This is the diva dance. We just did this version here. Okay. I moved it up to this one. Ooh. Let's go back to that note again. Okay, what is this? Here we go. An E7. That's an E7 is like, I can't even believe a guy can do that. Or even a gal can do that, much less a guy. I'm just going to do a couple more of these. So let's check this out. It's a powerful D8 right there. Wow. That's like mind-blowingly high. Remember, we talked about how to do this. We'll talk about it later. Let's watch some of the videos I did on this. See how that kind of sounds Middle Eastern? You know, he goes for a lot of Middle Eastern sort of approach to a lot of the sound, which is what I was talking about the Baltic stuff. Anyway, guys, you know, the guy's just phenomenal. Thank you guys for joining me in my Dimash A Thon, and hopefully this was beneficial and helpful, and hopefully it was educational. And until next time, God bless all of you. Peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get notified when I have a new cool video come out, you need to go to my channel and click on this little bell icon, and it will actually notify you every time I have a video come out. Thanks, guys.